Alright everybody, I am From the Gnome and this is my brand new vlog channel. I have multiple channels. A lot of y'all know me as From One, where I do Lord of the Rings and EverQuest Legends and some other video game channels. I'm still getting good at using a Kindle or Kimball, whatever the heck it's called. So forgive me if the camera work is absolutely horrifying. This is my brand new channel. This is a vlog channel where basically I'm going to talk about life and, everything that's going on in my life. And basically I'm going to take y'all along with me on a little adventure because, well, let's start at the beginning. About a year and 6 months ago, I met the love of my life. And she's on the other side of the world. She's, to be exact, about 8,500 miles away from where I live. She lives over in the Philippines. We met online, and I've been over there, vacationed over there twice now. I spent time with her and asked her to marry me, and she very happily accepted. And so, yeah, my fiance is 8,500 miles away. And we've been working on trying to get a K-1 visa for her to come to America. And it's I've spent a ton of money on it. We'll get into that in another video. And the process is ongoing, and God only knows how much longer that will take. It is an actual act of God to get a K-1 visa for your Filipina fiance, to get her over to America and get married. But thing is I'll be 53 next month, and I basically decided I'd rather live in the Philippines than in America. I was born and raised in America. It's the only country I've ever lived in. I love America, but there's something to be said about the simplicity, the joy, the family-oriented lifestyle in the Philippines. It's a much simpler lifestyle, and it's beautiful. It's an absolute paradise over there. It's got its flaws. Every country has its flaws. But it's insanely inexpensive compared to retiring in America. And so recently I had a moment of insanity and decided that, hey, you know what? I'm going to resign from my career of 3 decades as a programmer and move to the Philippines. So that's what I'm doing. I put in my resignation at work. I've got 1 month before I'm out of there. They're very good company that they allowed me to work another month, make a little bit more money. But yeah, at the end of June, I will be unemployed. I will not have health insurance anymore, and I'll be selling off everything I have, taking out my 401k, and making the move to the Philippines. And I have to say, it's a little scary. I'm not going to say that it's not scary. This is big time scary, but sometimes you have to take the leap of faith to do what's right and do what's right for your heart. Now, I knew when I did this that I was going to have friends and family that 90% of them were going to tell me that it's absolutely not the right thing to do. And they're not wrong. It is the wrong thing to do financially. It is career suicide, but it's also the right thing to do for the heart. It's the right thing to do for my mental state, for my happiness, and for my fiance's happiness. It's going to be difficult. There's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations. There's going to be a lot of scary moments and a lot of bad moments, but there's also going to be a lot of good moments. And we'll be able to get over to the Philippines, marry the woman, the love of my life, start our family, hopefully have kids. I want to have kids. She wants to have kids. And live a very family-oriented life, the Filipino way. And for all the people out there that think that third world countries are, not worth their time because, they live in a first world country and they think that it's all godly and everything, I say, take a vacation sometime to a third world country. Actually go check out the country. Don't just go to some resort, but actually live in the country, meet the people, and see how they actually live. Because I think you'll find, at least I have, the 2 times I've gone over there, because I've spent 2 weeks each time, twice over there. So actually seeing the country and how the people live as much as possible. And I would venture to say that the lifestyle in the Philippines, even at a third world country state, is not what you've been told that third world countries are like. We're pretty much lied to in America to believe that the only place worth living is right here. It's an indoctrination. We're taught from a very young age that, and everybody believes it. But the reality is there's a very slim difference between living in a first world country, a second world country, and a third world country. There are parts of third world countries, parts of Philippines, that if you didn't know you were in a third world country, you would think it was a first world country. There are other parts that you absolutely know it's a third world country. That's just how it is. But there's also parts of America that very much look and act like a third world country. If you get deep enough out into the country, you can find those areas. It's just we have a lot more security, comfort, and structure in first world countries, in America in general. I don't know about other first world countries, but I know about America. It's more structured and more controlled, and it gives off an appearance of being a better place to live. In some places it is. But also the thing with living in America is you need a lot of money. I've said for a long time that I believe that much like video games, I have to make a parallel to video games because I play a lot of video games. That's what I do most of my streaming on is on video games. There's a term called pay to win in video games. And basically, those are games that are designed in such a way that if you spend a lot of money, you beat the game. You basically have the easiest and fastest path to beating the game. That's a pay to win game. And I've started to realize that living in a first world country like America, there's a parallelism there because it's like America is a pay to win country. And as long as you have lots of money to pay, you win. And it is an incredible experience. The richest people in this country have the best experience ever and couldn't even possibly begin to understand why anybody would want to live in another country. But you talk to the other 95% of the people that live in a first world country and you start getting a different picture. You start understanding that they can't afford to pay to win. They're literally working every day of their life just to exist. And that's where I've been for a long time. Even though I have a very good, had, because I resigned, a very good job and a very good career, made very good money. I literally, even to this day, after 3 decades in the industry, live paycheck to paycheck. Now, it's my fault. I bought a lot of toys. I had a big, beautiful F-250, Ford F-250. I have a big RV. I have a tractor up on my farm that my grandparents left me. Those things take up all my money. So I was living paycheck to paycheck. And now that I'm getting rid of it, and not having a paycheck, I literally won't have a paycheck after June 30th anymore. I'm seeing the other side, a little more of the other side of the side of people that live here and can't afford to pay to win, and realizing how much of what I was experiencing was it was fake, it was false. Because like I look out here, and the spot in my driveway where my F-250 was, I had a 2024 F-250 Lariat 4x4 6.7 liter diesel truck, and I bought it because I needed it to pull my RV and to pull my tractor, and it was costing me $1,100 a month plus insurance. On top of that, it was costing me an outrageous amount of money. But I look at the spot where it was sitting, because I sold it to Carvana yesterday. They came and picked it up, and it's a little sad. I look out there and I go, my baby's gone, but the reality is I never owned it. I was paying for it, but it's going to be another 6 years before I'd own it. My RV, I'm paying for it. Another 12 years, I think, left on paying for that thing. The tractor, another 5 years, I think, I still owe on it. So all these things, that are my possessions that I'm sad to see go, I never owned them. I was renting them. you know, leasing. They're eventually, that would have been mine eventually, but they're not really mine. I never owned them, so I really shouldn't be sad that they're gone. And you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a bittersweet situation. My career is ending. My retirement's starting. I'm 9 years too young to take early retirement, where Social Security will kick in. So I've got to figure out a way to exist for 9 years in my early retirement before I hit early retirement and can start getting my Social Security. Once I start getting my Social Security, I'll be fine, because that's enough money to live very comfortably for the rest of my life in the Philippines. And one of the reasons that I'm going over there, the main reason I'm going over there, is because of my fiance, and I want to be there with her, marry her there, and be around her family there, and our kids to grow up with their family and everything. That's the main reason I'm going to the Philippines. But the number two reason is because it is an incredibly awesome place to retire to. If you live in the West and you want to retire somewhere where your money will actually last and mean something, go to a third world country. Go to Mexico, go to the Philippines, anywhere that's outside of America. Because if you try to retire here, you're going to be retired, but you're going to be doing that whole rat race thing, paycheck to paycheck, and the paycheck's going to be your Social Security, but you're still going to be living that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. You never actually retire. So that's the number two reason I'm going to the Philippines, because I can live very comfortably there. And starting out with my 401k, it's not a huge amount of money. The government's going to take a bunch of it because, you know, Uncle Sam loves taking our money that we work hard for. It's enough that I can get started. We can get a place over there, my wife and I, and we can live somewhat comfortably until we sell the farm. I've got the farm up for sale. Got a landman that's working on that. Real good guy. Got a lot of faith in him. But it could take a year or two before the farm sells. Whenever that sells, I think we'll be absolutely fine. You know, for the total the 9 years that I got to wait for Social Security to kick in. And also, we got the house here that I'm fixing up, so that we can get a management company and rent this out. So it'll be an income source while I'm overseas. So we'll have it rented out to somebody. All that to say that this is my brand new vlog. Haven't come up with a name for it yet. By the time y'all see this video, I'll have a name for it, because I'll have a new channel for that to be on. Like I said, I have multiple channels. They're all connected to the same main channel, same account on my YouTube. But I'll have another channel that's just dedicated to my Filipino experience. Maybe that's the name I'll go with. I don't know. I need to see if somebody else is using that already. But if you'd like to join me, and I hope you do, hit the subscribe button so that you'll know when my videos come out. Leave me a like and a comment, because that helps the algorithm. Whenever y'all don't like and comment stuff, even if you enjoyed it, it's not getting the video shown to other people so other people see it. And not gonna lie, as much as I'm not looking to make a paycheck off of this, and most people that do these small channels aren't, still, after a while, when you don't have a lot of people watching your videos and all, it gets discouraging and you stop. So I'm kind of doing this as an experiment. I'm going to see how many people subscribe, how many people comment on it and say they want to see more of it and all. And if it's a decent amount, I'll keep doing it. And I'd like to take y'all along on this experience with me, show you everything that I have to do. My selling of the farm, putting it up for sale, and selling it, the fixing up of the house to get it ready for renting, selling all of my stuff, because I can't take all my stuff with me to the Philippines. You know, going over there and getting a place to live and setting up there, you know, everything. I want to take y'all along on that adventure, but I want to know how many of you want to see that, and I'll know that by if you hit subscribe. So go ahead and do that if you would. It's going to be scary. It's going to be real scary. But I know deep down in my heart I'm doing the right thing. And I know that many, many, many years ago, God told me, He said, keep the faith. Something good is coming for you. Keep the faith. And I always wondered about that. And because I've been single most of my life. I've been married to my career more than anything else. And meeting Anna V really changed me. And I feel like it was divine intervention. I believe God brought us together. Trying not to cry here, but yeah, I really do believe that God brought us together. Anna V and I were destined to be together. She had a long history as well of where she wasn't with anybody, and we both, on each of us on our own sides, went through a lot in our lives, and then at the right moment we both just met and clicked, and everything was just perfect. And I just really do think that it's divine intervention. Sometimes you got to let God take control. Just keep the faith. So with that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope y'all will stick around. Hit that subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all the things that you do on YouTube. Until next time, this is From the Gnome, and I will talk to each and every one of you later. Bye-bye.